I have to tell the story. I have to tell the story. I'm going to record the story. I'm going to put it on the YouTube. Okay, so we were just talking. So some random person just like walked by and they're looking and they're like, "What? I cannot wait! I cannot wait to freak people out." This is why I'm not replacing my teeth because it makes it even more fun. Like people see me and they're like, "What is going on over there?" And true story. I have a bunch of stories to talk about this. So. So I was sleeping in the back of my apartment ish area, and I was testing out all these new, $600, Mountain Gear, winter sleeping bags. I was testing them out. I was just sleeping randomly, like right on the grass, so I slept overnight on the grass, right behind. So it's an apartment complex, and I'm on the grass, and there's a body there, laying there in a sleeping bag, and 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 um and then, I went in and worked for the whole day, at this very high paying tech job, which nobody would know by looking at me, which is great. I love it. And then I went back out to take a nap because I'm old and I need my afternoon nap, right, Jalopy? Where's Jalopy to make fun of me? He always makes fun of me. You need a nap, old man. You know what? He's right. So I'm like taking a nap in the back, and I like got in my sleeping bag, and I'm laying in the sleeping bag. And I'm woken up from my nap. I was like, "Excuse me, sir." And I look up and I'm like, there's shiny polished shoes and there's like navy blue, pants. I'm like, "Oh shit." And there was a police officer standing over me. It was so funny. He was like standing over me like this. It was like, "Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Can I help you?" I'm like, "Oh, hi, officer." It's a great day, isn't it? Seriously, I start talking about the weather, and I was like, why are you? There's been a report that there is a homeless person in the backyard here. It's been one of your neighbors has called in. I says, and I said, "Oh, I'm just testing this gear because I'm getting ready to go on this Trans-American thing. I'm getting ready to go on this Trans-American trip," and he goes, "Oh, that's so cool." And I was like, he's like, "Well, as you were then." And I'm like, "I'm sorry to disturb you. Please, proceed with sleeping." And I couldn't, I was like, seriously, I was like talking to a cop, like laying on the ground with my head. Like you could just picture it with like a sleeping bag. I'm like, "No, sir, it's fine. I'm blah, 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 blah." And he's like, "Okay, well, as you were." And then he wouldn't leave. He just wanted to talk to me. He's like, "Well, yeah, that's exciting. What are you going to do with that?" And I'm like, and I was like groggy and tired. I was like rolling around. So I sat up in the sleeping bag and I said, "Okay, this cop's not going away." So I sat there and I talked to him. He was a wonderful guy. I mean, he was just the nicest guy. And I could tell he was like, "Well, gosh, that's great. I don't want to dissuade you from that." And I think he started realizing, "Hey, look, I did the thing on accident. I did the thing. I did the reactions on accident. It's probably the right time." It's like my computer knows better than me. It's like my AI is like adding special effects for me on automatically. Anyway, the moral of the story is police officers are awesome. Oh, hey, look. It's time for me to wake up and start the morning boost. Yeah. There. See there? Yeah. Uh dismiss. All right. That's my story about being woken up by a police officer while sleeping in my backyard.